Alright, this is Crota giving you part 2 of a replay just to do a little bit of a recap. Sword does have 2 expansions, but currently sitting at tier 1 still, has a level 3 Archmage. Meanwhile, we have Sonic coming in with a level 2 Panda, a level 2 Pit Lord, and is now going to get creepjacked by the Archmage dropping a Water Elemental. And we do have Defend on the Footmen, and the Dryads do have Abolish Magic, so those Water Elementals are going to go down rather quickly if the Dryads have a good amount of mana. I'm going to go ahead and unpause the replay, and the Ancient of War is going to go ahead and take a lot of damage. Nice Abolish Magic on those Water Elementals. The Water Elementals just really feeding damage or feeding experience. Now, Footmen, Drunken Haze, and those Footmen are going to take a lot of damage right now. So, Sword unable to really counter all this massive AOE with just Footmen, especially with Drunken Haze and Breath of Fire, and Rain of Fire. So those Dryads, the Dryads are now trying to push to the back of the base. Sonic doing a very good job trying to push it to the back. It looks as though that Footman wants to do some damage as well, and it looks as though that Dryad is gonna go ahead and run back home, being able to push to the back. Meanwhile, the Archmage is taking a lot of damage from those Dryads as well. Very slow moving Footman trying to do some damage, but that is not going to work. We do have a Tree of Life being produced by a Porno, so Sonic is going to be able to get to level 3 on both of his heroes. Wow, very nice comeback right now. Originally, Sword's Archmage was at level 3 and both other heroes were at level 1, but from the past 2 minutes, Sonic, because of that massive AoE, he was able to get to level 3 on both of his heroes. We do have a Staff of Preservation and a Robe of Magi +6 on the Pandarian Brewmaster, so he does have a lot of mana. Looks as though that Pit Lord wants to do some more Rain of Fire damage on those towers and perhaps try to take down this expansion, but there is a lot of towers in play. I count, 7 towers currently being produced. Sword does know where Sonic is, as Sonic just passed the scout farm, and an Archmage. Very nice play from Sword. Sword went ahead and bought a Goblin Zeppelin and is now going to go ahead and come in and take down this expansion with 2 Water Elementals. Abolish Magic, and unfortunately the Dryad goes down before he's able to finish it off. Looks as though it's Abolish Magic and another Abolish Magic, and the Pit Lord is going to go ahead and do a lot of get a lot of experience here. We're going to do a Rain of Fire, and down goes a Peasant. Down goes some more Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire. More Peasants go down. Very nice play coming in from Sonic. Sonic was able to guess that Sword was going to go ahead and try to repair those towers, and was able to take down 3 or 4 Peasants at the same time. We do have more Rain of Fire coming down, Breath of Fire, and 2 of those towers are going to go down as well. So tower goes down. We have Sword really unable to counter this. He really needs to get the Spellbreakers and quickly in order to counter this massive amount of AoE. I think if he had teched a little bit earlier, then the game would pretty much be going in a different way. Sword just was not expecting so much AoE from the Breath of Fire and Rain of Fire of the Pit Lord and the Pandarian Brewmaster Archmage, doing a good job trying to pull this to the back, but as more units are going down left and right, and as towers are being dropped, it looks as though Sonic is just going to be able to go ahead and pull this out. Sword, however, does still have the economic advantage. Sword still trying to get his expansion up at his natural, and now we have a Staff of Preservation bringing back the Pit Lord, who did have a rejuvenation. Looks as though he's going to buy a Clarity Potion. Yes, 2 Clarity Potions, 1 for himself, 1 for his Pandarian friend, his little Kung Fu Panda friend over there. Now we do have, it looks as though he's going to go ahead and try to pick up another item. No, he did not pick up any additional items, so Sonic is going to most likely transfer the Clarity Potion to Sonic. He should probably transfer the Robe of Magi as well, so a little bit of a change if he does decide to use the Clarity Potion, as we know that the Clarity Potion is a static heal. Nope, he is just going to keep the Robe of Magi on himself. Now we do have Dryads now coming in. Those Dryads are low on hit points, and we do have the Pit Lord and the Panda now trying to go ahead and head on in. Archmage, still pretty low right now. We do have a Goblin Shredder gaining, trying to gather some wood, and we do have the speed building of those Arcane Sanctums, so I gotta believe that Breaker's going to be coming out soon. Now we do have the Pit Lord and the Pandarian Brewmaster. It looks as though he's going to go ahead and try to do the whole entire Drunken Haze Breath of Fire thing one more time. Breath of Fire, wow, down go 3 two Peasants, so those Breakers are still going to be a little bit slow. Druid of the Claw giving rejuvenation to the Pit Lord, and the Pit Lord is able to go ahead and do some more and just be able to get healed right now. Druid of the Claw currently low on hit points, but we do have a Staff of Preservation in play, and I believe the cooldown has reset, so the Druid of the Claw... Oh, nice coming in from the Mountain King. The Mountain King bolting the Pandarian Brewmaster to go ahead and cancel or stop the Staff of Preservation. Very nice play from Sword there. Now we do have an Archmage and a level 1 Mountain King. Very nice play. Meanwhile, we do have Sorceress. Why would you produce Sorceresses at this time? Especially when you do have Dryads already in play with Abolish Magic. That just doesn't make any sense to me. Breath of Fire, more Peasants go down. Mountain King trying to do some bolting, but bolting really not possible right now. More Rain of Fire, and it looks like those two Peasants are going to go down as well. We do have level 4 on the Pit Lord. We have a bolt coming in from the Mountain King, so Mountain King stopping that channeling attack, and the Pandarian Brewmaster does get another Breath of Fire in, so... Very interesting play. We do have an Arcane Sanctum being built in the main base of Sword. Meanwhile, we have an Ancient of Wind being produced by Sonic. So Sonic building Ancient of Winds. Don't know what he's going to use to counter that. We have a bolt on the Panda, and the Panda is taking a lot of damage right now. Down goes the Arcane Vault, though. And look, oh, nice Staff of Preservation. Transfer the Staff of Preservation from the Panda to the Pit Lord so that he can go ahead and bring back that unit. We do have Dryads that are low on hit point. That Dryad will go down. Bolt on a bear. That bear is going to go down as the Staff of Preservation is on cooldown, but the Mountain King is going to go down as well. The Pit Lord is now losing a lot of mana. Those towers are really difficult for him to deal with. So Sonic's going to go ahead and it looks like he's going to go ahead and pull to the back. No, he's going to go ahead and re-engage the Archmage. The Archmage is slowed right now. We do have another Water Elemental being dropped. Come on, abolish that and give him some experience. Thank you very much. Sword just really playing a very curious game right now. Oh, Arcane Vault was taken out, so no breakers coming out from Sword. Very nice play for Sonic, realizing that the Arcane Vault was able to go ahead and produce the perfect counter unit. So still no breakers. He has to speed build his Arcane Vault, and perhaps he will now go ahead and get some breakers at this time. Meanwhile, Sonic is still getting some bears and training Hippogriffs. The Hippogriffs, I do not know why he is training Hippogriffs. That is a little bit of a strange play to me. Abolish Magic, and the Archmage is trying to do a one-on fight with the Pit Lord. The Pit Lord looks like it is going to go down to 31 damage, and is going to go ahead and pull to the back. It is going to lose an Archmage. Ooh, nice Staff of Preservation. So so the Dryad is saved. Meanwhile, the Mountain King is back, and it looks as though the Panda is going to go ahead and currently sitting at level 4, going to go ahead and creep out the south side as well. Pit Lord is going to go ahead and try to use some Moonwell Water. Bears should be coming out to go ahead and doing some rejuvenation. And that Hippo is... I'm just curious what that Hippogriff is going to do. Sonic currently sitting at 66 over 80 food. Meanwhile, we have Sword sitting at 42 over 54. Has a lot of gold and a lot of woods. Should probably be going ahead and trying to do something else. We do have Sword producing workshops, most likely for mortars to counter all those Dryads. We do have the Mountain King now going to go ahead and try to get to level 2 by himself as he does some creeping. And Panda is now just trying to pick up items and trying to get some advantage of some sort. We do have 4 bears coming in. We get a rejuvenation on the Pit Lord most likely, yes, and on the Dryad. So those bears are going to be, those units are going to be fully healed by the time they go ahead and come on in. Mountain King currently sitting at level 1. Wow, a very difficult time for the Mountain King to try to take on this fight. And we do have Spellbreakers now, so the Spellbreakers may be a little bit too late for the massive amount of bears now coming in. Those bears are going to counter those Spellbreakers very easily, as they do a large amount of damage, 30 to 50, and the Spellbreakers are going to be stealing Roar as well. So stealing Roar and that rejuvenation. Go ahead and stay tuned for part 3 of this replay between Sonic and Sword from Zotac Game 7.